Hi, my name is Niluh Yuanita Diandra Ardianti. I'm Binus University Online student majoring in Business Management. My student ID number is 260-2178-621. Today, I would like to teach you how to avoid hoaxes and fake economic and political news. So, every single day, we are flooded with headlines about the economy, elections, and government decisions. Inflation numbers, interest rate changes, new laws, breaking political scandals. Some of it might be true, a lot of it isn't, and increasingly, it's getting harder to tell the difference, especially as contents get shared so fast that anyone can check it. In this presentation, we are going to walk through exactly how to spot hoaxes and fake news about the economy and politics. We'll look at why these two topics attract so much fake content in the first place, the specific tricks used to fool people, and a simple, repeatable process you can use to verify a claim in just a minute or two before you believe it, and definitely before you share it. Before we go further, let's get precise about the vocabulary here, because these three terms get used interchangeably, but they describe very different things. Misinformation is false or inaccurate information shared without any intent to deceive. This is usually an honest mistake. Someone reads something, believes it, and passes it along without realizing it's wrong. There is no malice here, just a chain of people repeating something false. And then there's disinformation. It is different. It is deliberately, definitely false information created and spread on purpose, specifically to mislead people or shape their opinion. Somewhere in the chain, someone knew it was false and spread it anyway. And a hoax is a fabricated story or claim presented as a fact, deliberately designed to be believed and passed along as real news. Think of it as a specific packaged piece of disinformation built to go viral. Why does this distinction matter? Because it tells you what you're dealing with. An honest mistake can be corrected with a friendly comment and a link. A deliberate hoax requires a different response. You are dealing with someone who wants you to be fooled. So, why do economics and politics attract so much fake content specifically? There are four reasons, and they tend to reinforce each other. First, high emotional stakes. Fear about jobs, prices, savings, and elections is a powerful motivator. When something touches your wallet or your vote, you are far more likely to react quickly and share it, often before you've actually thought it through. Second, these are genuinely complex topics. Inflation data, trade policy, legislation, monetary policy, these subjects take real expertise to explain accurately. That complexity creates room for bad actors to oversimplify, cherry picks, or twist real information into something misleading. Third, we all carry existing biases. Decades of research on human psychology confirms that people are far more likely to believe and share claims that confirm what they already think or believe about a party, a leader, or policy. Fake content that flatters your existing views slips past your defenses more easily than content that challenges them. And the consequences are real. False economic claims can spook markets. False political claims can sway votes or spark unrest. That's not a hypothetical risk. It's exactly why bad actors from opportunistic scammers to organized influence campaigns keep targeting this space. It works. Now let's get into the actual playbook, the tactics that show up again and again once you know what to look for. Fake screenshots. These are doctored images made to look like a real headline, tweet, or breaking news banner, but the outlet never actually published it. Screenshots are especially dangerous because they feel like primary evidence even though they are trivially easy to fabricate. Manipulated statistics. Real charts get relabeled, cropped, or paired with the wrong time frame to imply a trend that isn't actually there. The underlying data may even be real, it's the framing that's dishonest. Deepfake audio and video. AI-generated clips that make an official or executive appear to say something they never said. This is a newer and rapidly growing threat, and it's becoming harder to detect with naked eye. Clickbait headlines, headlines that are sensational, alarming, or simply don't match what the article underneath actually says. Many people share an article based on the headline alone, which makes this tactic extremely effective. Fake leaked documents, fabricated memos, or insider claims with no verifiable origin designated to look like an exclusive scoop that only the sharer has access to, and impersonated outlets. Lookalike websites and logos built to mimic real trusted news organizations, borrowing their credibility without doing any of their actual journalism. Once you've seen these patterns, name and explain, they become dramatically easier to recognize in the wild. Here are 6 warning signs that should make you slow down before believing or sharing something. No named author, source, or organization behind the claim. Emotionally charged, alarmist, or sensational language. Numbers or statistics presented with no citation or original data source. A story that only appears on unfamiliar website or anonymous social accounts, never on any outlet you actually recognize. Language that urges you to share it immediately before it gets deleted or before they take it down. And finally, the biggest one, no mainstream or independent outlet is reporting the same story at all. None of these signs alone is proof that something is fake, but if you notice 2 or 3 of them together, that's your cue to pause and verify before you do anything else. So, what do you actually do when you're not sure? Here is a simple 6-step process you can run through in a minute or two. Step 1. Pause. Don't react or share immediately. Strong emotion, such as outrage, fear, excitement, is very often the entire point of a hoax. If a piece of content makes you feel something intensely, that's exactly when you should slow down the most. Step 2. Check the source. Who actually published this? Do they have a track record of accuracy? Or is this an account or site you've never heard of? Step 3. Cross-check. Look for 2 or 3 independent reputable outlets reporting the same basic facts. If something significant happened in the economy or in politics, it will not be a secret known to only one obscure account. Step 4. Trace the origin. Try to find the original data, speech, or document, not a screenshot of it, not someone's summary of it, but the actual source. Step 5. Use dedicated fact checkers. Many claims that go viral have already been checked and debunked by professional fact checkers. It often takes less than 30 seconds to search and find out. And step 6, reverse search any photos or videos. Tools exist specifically to check whether an image has been used before in a completely different context, which is one of the most common hoax tactics of all. You don't have to do any of this from scratch. There are dedicated tools and organizations built exactly for this purpose. For general claims, independent fact checkers like SNERP's PolitiFact or factcheck.org and the fact-checking desk at wire services like Reuters and AFP specialize in verifying exactly this kind of viral content. As of recent counts, there are several hundreds active fact-checking organizations operating in over 100 countries and dozens of languages. So there is good chance a suspicious claim has already been checked by someone. For economic claims, specifically go straight to official data. National Statistic Agency, central banks, and international bodies like IMF and World Bank publish the actual primary numbers, not someone's interpretation of them. For political claims, the government and parliamentary websites, official transcript, and press release give you the source material directly without any middleman who might be shading the truth. And media literacy generally, outlets bias, and reliability trackers along with reverse image search tools can help you evaluate both the claims and specific piece of media attached to it. So, it is why all of this matters so much. A widely cited study from MIT published in the journal Science analyzed roughly 126,000 stories that spread on Twitter over more than a decade. The researchers found that false stories were about 70% more likely to be retweeted than true stories, and that false news reached its first 1,500 people roughly 6 times faster than accurate news did. Notably, the effect was even stronger for false political news, specifically than for other categories like natural disasters or terrorism. And it's not just an academic finding, surveys of the general public back it up. In a recent global survey by the Reuters Institute, more than half of respondents worldwide said they are actively worried about what's real and what's fake online when it comes to news, with concern running even higher in regions with heavy social media use, such as Indonesia. The takeaway is simple but important. Once a false claim is out there, it spreads fast, and any correction that comes later rarely reaches the same audience that saw the original. That's exactly why the responsibility falls on each of us individually to slow down before we hit share, because by the time an official correction comes out, the damage from a viral hoax is often already done. So before you share anything about the economy or politics, run through this short checklist in your head. It genuinely takes less than a minute. Did I read the entire article, not just the headlines? Can I find the same claim reported by two or more independent trusted sources? Is there a name, credible author, or organization actually standing behind it? Am I sharing this because I've verified it's true or because it confirms something I already want to believe? And have I checked the date? A huge number of breaking stories are actually old news being recirculated as if it just happened. If you can answer all five of these confidently, you are in good shape. If you can't, that's your signal to keep digging or simply not share at all. At the end of the day, everything in this presentation comes down to three simple habits: pause, check, and verify. Pause and let strong emotion settle before you react. Check the source and look for independent coverage saying the same thing. And verify by tracing the claim back to its original data or statement, rather than trusting a screenshot, a summary, or a stranger's opinion. Build those three habits and you become a much harder target for the hoaxes. And just as importantly, you become a more reliable source of information for the people around you at a moment when that's needed more than ever. Think before you believe, think before you share. And that's all from my presentation. Thank you for your attention and have a nice day. Bye bye.